So welcome to the Locked In My Challenge. And today we got Ini with us. So yeah, Ini, go and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello everyone. Inioluwa, Ayodeji, or yeah, Ini for short. So, I'm a freshman at college, currently doing my CS major. I'm currently 16. I'll be 16 during April. I'm also the founder and CEO at Edbox. Yeah, basically building mission is to build a platform where users actually learn by doing the real work, not just like passive watching. Really upskill, especially in the age of AI, like which is really important. Yeah, like our lifelong goal is to eventually bridge the gap between from learning real skills to eventually getting positions that those real skills can actually apply to. Yeah. So yeah, apart from work, I also had a couple of experience at ship, a growth role as well. Also, yeah, I'm a very big football fan. I'm a Manchester City fan. Yeah, up blues. Um, yeah, that's a couple about me.
Wait, Ini, do you play football yourself as well?
Well, not recently. Nah. It's like my department, like they actually play football, but like I've not been really chance. Would I say chance? But like, yeah, I've not really gone out to actually play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha, no worries. But yeah, looking towards your presentation, and yeah, let's go on to the next slide. So yeah, Ini, let's have the like the floor's yours and go for it.
Yeah. So the theme of my presentation is against all odds, the builder's manual. So yeah, why the title against all odds? Because yeah, so many factors are literally against me, like actually starting out building Edbox. So yeah, that's all really be coming from. That's the angle I'll be coming from. So yes, the spark. Opening LinkedIn has to be one of the, like, each time I meet someone, I have a coffee chat with someone. I always tell them that opening LinkedIn has to be one of the best decisions of my life, because without LinkedIn, I wouldn't be where I am today. Without LinkedIn, I wouldn't be able to be on this live stream. So yeah, opening LinkedIn has to be one of the best ever decisions I've made, because LinkedIn isn't just a platform. It's a medium for you to meet people with similar mindsets, ambitious people, people that are super crack people, so many people, incredible people that can help you and you can help as well. I think that's one of the best things, like that's one of the best investments I've made in my life, like, opening up LinkedIn. So yeah. So the mental shift for me is a culture and perspective. So yeah, back in grade 11, yeah, the Nigerian system is quite different from like other schools. I think things like the US system, it's like the US system. So like my education was fast tracked. Yeah. So back in grade 11, so like I was just like really academia person. I was really competitive academically. Yeah, I was really smart and all that. I was an A student. So like there was this book, like I love reading books. Like one of my like friends had a book in class. I think it was such Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So I just picked the book up and I was like, okay, like this seems like a really cool book. Let me read it. And then I read the book overnight, and then like from that day on, I think that book really also helped me shift my perspective about life, is exactly how money works, like how the world works. And then things from that day on, I think I haven't been the same when it comes to like the world generally. Because like you go definitely go through many mental shifts as life goes on. But like I think that was one of the starting points for me to kind of where I am today as well. Yeah. So now, field certification. So there was this, yeah. So each time I hop on the coffee chat and I told someone about like Edbox, how Edbox, like everybody always wants to know like how the Edbox actually start. So I always talked about the field this field certification. So yeah, so I already knew how to code like from like high school, but then like after like high school I needed to like just get like a certification to actually like maybe if I wanted to get a job or to like do something for people. That's one of the reasons got this. I was going for this certificated course. So like I already paid for it. So I think I paid a couple bucks for the course, and then I started the course. So yeah, initially, like when you buy something new, like, it's the thrill, the excitement there to actually go through with it and then like just finish it. So I was going through it like the first phases when I reached 20%, like the adrenaline was there, the drive was there, like I was excited. But like after 20% of the course, because like, I think the course was about 261 modules, and then each module could range from like 5 minutes to an hour of the video. So I think on average it was like a 10-minute video. Yeah, on average it was each module was 10 minutes. So like that's multiplied that by 261. That's like you're getting like 261 2,610 minutes plus. I think that's way long amount of hours. So yeah, yeah. So by the by 30% of going through the course, I discovered that I wasn't really learning from the course because most times, like, the tutor gave us assignments, um, projects to actually go on. And then I discovered that I was eventually just copying the solution. So just basically using AI to solve my problems, or that I really couldn't grasp what she was saying. So I discovered that I was basically just passive watching. Really, I wasn't really learning anything. I wasn't really doing anything hands on because I was just basically streaming. So yeah, so eventually I struggled and I just dumped the course somewhere. Then I said like, okay, I was going to do other things in my life. So yeah, I slacked off for a couple of months. Then eventually, like, I fell in love with building again, and decided, okay, this time I'm going to go finish that course back. And then eventually I was able to get to 70%. So yeah, you most people think that okay, at 70% you'll be motivated to actually eventually finish, or just actually just get it because you're at 70, be able to get that. So, but for me, I think 70% was my breaking point. Like I said that okay, I couldn't go on with this any longer. Yeah, this is just essentially wasting my time that I could go out there to do other things, because I basically all the things that actually I've learned wasn't from that course. It was basically from me going out there, building stuff, real stuff myself, from that video. So yeah, eventually I decided to quit the course. It's still at 70% today. I don't know when I will go back to actually finish it and get a certificate. So yeah, that's the how field certification process. So now, that's where the idea of Edbox really came out. So I said that okay, what was the actual problem? Why wasn't I able to finish this course? I was basically passively watching. I wasn't really doing anything. I wasn't doing anything hands on. So that's where the old thesis of learn by doing, not watching, really stemmed from. So yeah, I talked to my co-founder Abdul Malik about this. He said he was trying to learn Python like a month ago. Like he told me I was aware that I was learning Python. Then I like asked him like what's his progress with that? It's like he stopped already. Like it was pretty boring. I was just basically watching videos. I was on YouTube tutorial. That was just it was pretty boring. Like I was like Python is like a very very fun language, and it's like nah, that isn't really interested any longer. So then I talked about my frustration as well, and then from there we actually said that okay, like there's a problem here where like people just essentially binge watch tutorials thinking they're learning, and that's just like tutorial hell. And so okay, like what if we build a solution where users actually learn by doing, not watching? That's where the whole idea of edbooks actually stemmed from. Yeah. So yeah, initially at time, yeah, though I could code, I can code, yeah. But like these days, like yeah, the only time I code is like when I have like my sessions on like I dabble into AI as well, like building neural networks and stuff like that, and GPTs and all of that. That's when I actually actively write code. But like yeah, building, yeah, I don't really actively write code any longer like that. So yeah, so Google AI Studios really recently came about that time. I think that was early like that was it August? Like, because I finished high school back in August. So yeah, yes. So then it was September, October. Like really, actually just recently came out. So I said that okay, let's see if we can quickly prototype something. Because I was really excited to like go ahead and solve this problem. So then I just prompted something up with Google Studio, and then the initial result that we got was just like a interface, was chat, voice, and then like talk to Genie. Yeah, Genie is the name of our AI tutor. Genie is the name of our AI tutor. So that was it was just basically voice and chat. So and you could create courses. So from there, like the first course I created was yeah, I had this book beside me, like one of my dad's book that I love reading. So yeah, um how to become a brilliant business writer. So that was the name of the book. So I was like, it was late night. It was a late night session. So I just said, let me try this course out. Like, let's see what can actually Uni can actually spin up for this type of course. So like, I pasted on the name and created the course like that. So excuse me. Then I the what I got a course from there. So like what actually got there was I had this course and I was just dropping into this environment where I saw a badly written email sample. And then I was like, Gina was like, okay, we're going to actually correct this from beginning to the end. Like she was going to walk me through it. Like she wasn't going to tell me that I was the one who was going to correct it. And then we're going to actually correct this from beginning to the end. And I was like, okay, this was super cool. And then eventually I started taking the course. And then I didn't know how time actually flew, but I was meant to be working, but I was actually learning that time. So like it was a really fun and engaging experience for me. So I think that was something that really reinforced the learn by doing concept for me, that okay, we were onto something here. And that's where actually now okay, we're going to do something here. So like from Google actually that we moved to like different applications to actually like actually build that box out from where we are now. I currently just use anti-gravity core, so and all of that AI first ideas and all like that. So yeah, so this what I really want to like point out here is that if you're trying to build stuff, like you don't need to like go all out and just like use like a big like idea like coastal anti gravity or windsoul for any of that to like, actually build something to like show like you're onto something. Just like go to like Lovable, Replit, Google AI Studio, many of just like mini vibe coding stacks. And personally, I prefer Google AI Studio. I don't like Lovable or Replit. I prefer Lovable to Replit though. Like, yeah, that's preference of mine. But like personally, my favorite is Google AI Studio to actually just prototype stuff. Yeah. So yeah, age 18 walls. So yeah. Being less than 18 is actually a pretty huge barrier, especially when you're building real stuff. So yeah, I'll say one instance is that I needed like $1 card. So like yeah, that has to be a MasterCard. So I was 16 and then I'm still 16. And so I needed this card. So um I was like that really stored things out because like all of our API keys for Grok because like Grok was like a feature so you didn't like need the code and we're like the like, all 30 of them were actually exhausted and like things like everything was just going down so it was like basically code red and then we had to like solve that. So we needed $1 card to actually like get credits or at least pay for credits. Then so like they literally did not have any class. We were scrambling around, like it was really panic mode. Like I had to like beg a lot of people, my friends, like my parents, and to actually help me get the $1 card. And then eventually one of my co-founders brothers like, eventually agreed to help, and that's like the $1 card we actually use it now. So yeah, even though, like yeah, when you're 18, like yeah, there's so many restrictions you have, like visas, all of that, and when you're less than 18, because like you're not legal exactly, but like being less than 18, like 16, is actually a really huge privilege because you got something on your side. What most people will beg for, what most founders will beg for, which is time. Like you have the time to like um move fast, break stuff, find out what works, find out what doesn't. You basically have time on your hands. So I think starting early out is like really something that is a really big advantage because you have this what's it called, what's the word I'll use, this unfair advantage because like time, like I said, time, like many people want to help because like anytime like I help in coffee 1000 and I'm like, oh, I'm 16 and I'm doing this and it was like wow, they were like wow that they really love to help me in any way they can. They're like, yeah, I made a post like about my matriculation. I don't know if you guys saw that. And then somebody actually reposted that and she was like, um I was someone that was a builder that she was actually has been following my journey, and then she explained how the matriculation process actually works in Nigeria and all. And then she said that I was a builder, that I was building before I actually became a student. So, and that me matriculating means that I'm actually taking this to another level in my life, another stage in my life. So I think that was one of the those posts that actually mean a lot to me because like at this point, like yeah, I'm 16 and all like age barriers, even though like your barriers are not like you still keep putting like you go against all odds, like eventually like you get there something like there's an issue there, you just have to like find your way through, like face it head on, like face your face head on, and yeah, you'll be fine, you'll find you get through. So yeah, laptop locked down. So yeah, it's actually one of the like most amazing. So yeah, like I resumed uni and then like I actually wasn't my laptop. That was my one of my dad's decision. So I shouldn't take my laptop. I should just. So yeah, this couple like was 2 weeks. I think 2 3 weeks. I was on my laptop. So like it was basically like a part of me was turned away from me because like I loved my laptop. I love being on my laptop. I literally. It's when I say I got addicted to building stuff like every day. Like it was like this process I looked forward to like every day. But me not with my laptop was really tormenting. So yeah, but even though that I wasn't with my laptop, so yeah, I use what I have. So I use me essentially. I use me on my phone. So yeah, though I couldn't write code from like yeah, because like eventually onto like the fourth week or 2 week that the ending of 2 week I couldn't like actually ship stuff. So yeah, most of my classmates who used to describe is exactly like, they wouldn't nobody actually essentially says I'm an extrovert. They say that I'm just me. And like something I always find funny. I find it funny every single time. Like you say I'm me, like I just like have this way with people. Like people feel like calm around me. Like people just love my energy and this. And I just like laugh it off. It's like basically, someone was even asking me like, how does he become like me? And I was like, I don't actually know that. I'm just basically just love being with people. I'm a people person. I just love with people. So like from there, I've just been like sorts of pictures with a lot of people. Like if I'm pitching Xbox, I basically don't say I'm the founder of Xbox. Like I just talk about it like how studying courses and time, and then eventually like you just like sign up, use it, and you're like, oh wow, and then like eventually like later on, like maybe like they see like a snippet of founder Xbox, maybe like in the mail, and they see my name, they're like, oh, I'm the founder. Wait, I'm the founder. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm actually the founder. It's like it's just really cool. So like um so like no matter like what like the team of this stream says, like you have to build like even like against all odds strength against you, like you basically have to use what you have. Like if you got a pen, paper, like you still can build something. I mean you can build something. The first idea for Harry Potter, like I've forgotten like the name of the author of Harry Potter, like she didn't have like notebook on, like she wrote the initial script on tissue papers, yes, to show that even though that tissue papers, I mean tissue papers like could have literally water like poured on it, like it was gone. But like still she still went ahead to do something. She built it like, and then eventually, even though like publishing houses rejected her, eventually Harry Potter is one of the big names in the industry. I mean, who doesn't know Harry Potter? Like I don't know if anybody doesn't know Harry Potter. Yeah, so many other examples like that. So yeah, I just have to like build no matter what. So yeah, but currently I want you to use as a country that this is popularly marked for like actually I feel that we actually meant to be like a greater number of users than this, but like because I just basically just post stuff like school and stuff like this like that. But like yeah, so you have 121 active users. We're still growing, we're growing day by day, growing day by day. Actually just sort of pitching, talking to people, like reaching out content. Like we actually been having studied the content and stuff like that. Actually yeah, but I think that's a big fault on our part. Be like, yeah, but we're really going to resolve that very soon. Yeah, but like I'm 100% commitment. So yeah, as much as I love building out stuff. Like so personally, see, when people ask me about school, like if why am I in school, I was like, basically, before I used to say I was in it for my parents, essentially, because personally I don't like school. I say I was doing it for my parents, but then like meeting different people in school, and then like the energy, there's the people around me, and just basically meeting new people and socializing. I think that's something that I really love. And so I'll say yeah, apart from like you just like if you're in school like and you're going to startup, you can do both side by side because like it just depends on the commitment, your drive, and how much effort and time you're willing to put in. But like I mean, I'm building Edblocks. Like basically, Edblocks helps me with school. So yeah, like most of my customers complain about class, and I do like, oh, like, I'm just like, and I just basically the lecturer give us a PDF, and I was like, oh, there's a PDF, no problem, I'll sort it out. So yeah, basically just depends on your effort, time, and drive. Like if you didn't start up alongside school, yeah, exactly. So yeah, now like the pulse was like so yeah, liberty is just like freedom, and like the pulse of liberty. Like the pulse, like what the pulse is like for like Xbox was that. So like eventually like of course like taking feature was like eventually trash. Yeah, I said it was trash. Like people like now people didn't like really say it straight face. Like someone was like it was actually for some people it was actually really walking around. For others that was basically BS. Like for me it was actually BS as well. So then eventually so okay, let me redesign this and then something that based on the vision that he actually something that you do learn by doing. So we redesigned the course taking process on networks to actually be by doing. So that's where the post really came out. So basically post liberty freedom. So yeah, we really gave Genie freedom to do whatever she likes. Yeah, some people I say that's dangerous, but yeah, pulse of liberty. So yeah, freedom. So yeah, we gave Genie freedom to do. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, essentially freedom to do whatever she likes. So yeah, with the pulse, we've discovered that when you give AI tooling and freedom, like you can't really predict what AI can do. So like we decided that we were going to make Genie be able to like teach you on what with whatever means she wants or whatever tools, whatever resources she needs, we are going to give her. But like the goal is to eventually make sure the user learns by doing. So with that, the genie has wowed me. She keeps on wowing me, yeah, because I get surprised every time. Because I remember, like, yeah, I was like demoing the post for someone on like a coffee chat, like now Charlotte. Basically, I created like so she was studying philosophy, so like I just like okay created talking to Genie and post about like teach me Taoism. So yeah, so basically Genie brings up these things we call widgets. So widgets are just like workspaces, like mini workspaces that focus actively on a particular thing. So like the factor widget that Genie brings up, which is very consistent, is Blackboard. The Blackboard essentially explains all the concepts, similar to like a chat where you chat with ChatGPT. Like this is just like bigger, brighter, bolder, and better. Like basically, you get your explanations visually. It's like a board you see in class. That's basically how like the Blackboard is like. So yeah, Genie essentially like loves writing her explanations in the Blackboard. She gives minimal explanations in the chat interface, and then eventually gives like the jargon and then explanations in the Blackboard. And then she spins up an interactive widget. So that's one thing to really prioritize. Like along with the explanations, like use something to actually visualize what she's saying. If you're learning to code, that would be a code editor, and then additional maybe like a visualization because like I was taking a course on neural networks, and then like apart from the code editor, like the actual Python code, like Genie actually spin up like a visualization of how the neurons actually connect between the layers, like the input to hidden layers and stuff like that. So Genie actually like visualized how those actually connect for me, and then so yeah, back to like philosophy. So Taoism. So like she explained everything in the Blackboard, and then she was like, my friend was like, actually like this is on points that I really like. That this is like very accurate. And then I was like, I was obviously happy. And then so yeah, for the Woodish, I don't know if you guys know the yin and yang stuff. That yin and yang, like the white and black stuff. So Gene actually created that for me. So like, so yeah, for me, what I remember from Taoism that Taoism signifies balance, and then Yin and Yang actually shows the balance as well. So Gene created like that widget for me. Like I don't know how like she wrote the code for that. So she basically essentially writes up the code and then like render it in real time. So like I was able to adjust Yin and Yang to actually see how the balance of the universe actually holds up. So like basically adjusting that really showed me like what balance actually means and stuff like that. Like another time there was another like branch of philosophy, nihilism, that eventually shows like the void, like how like the universe is just like a void and stuff like that. So she actually spin up a widget like it was just like this empty widget, and then at first I was like, wait, what's going on? And then like the philosophy student was like, this is like just on point. Like this is how like nihilism talks about. That was basically how like the universe is just like a void and all. And then like spin up a couple other things and yeah. It went for biology. Like I got a DNA one time. I got a DNA like visualizing that. I was like, okay, and I like so like with the post really like already like moving on like betting on like the post is really like centralized learning around the post. That's what they're really betting on. Yeah, so it's freedom, giving freedom to and post will say that they just can learn anything they want, and basically everything has to be hands on and learn by doing, not watching. Essentially, yeah. So now, yeah, essentially what I want everyone to take away is that you essentially have to just build. You just have to build. Like no matter what odds are against you, all odds are irrelevant. You essentially just have to build. Like resilience is a choice. Like I'm in school, like resuming school, I could just like my laptop was taken away from me. Like I could have decided to okay, I won't build any longer. That like there were so many factors against me, like the dollar card. I'll stop reading, but like it was my choice to actually keep going on and keep moving forward. That's why I said resilience is a choice. It's your choice, and the moment you decide that okay, no matter what, I'll keep building. That's like one of the best decisions you've ever made for your life. Your obstacles are tests because I mean they show you where how much you can actually find your way through things. I think that's one of the best things. Like as a fan, you should really pray for obstacles though. Like you just have to like get those obstacles because like they really show your resilience. They really bring out these new skills in you. They help you develop new skills essentially, and then you just have to build anyway. Like you just have to like your skill sets, the obstacles, the tests, your resilience. Eventually, you have to just keep going, keep struggling. You just have to fight. So you're right. I mean, I'm still 16. I'll be 18. Like my birthday is actually April 24th. Yeah, so I'll be 17 next month. I'll be legal next year. Yeah, yeah. I'll be legal next year. But like that doesn't actually matter to me. It's like you just have to, no matter what odds is stacked against you, just basically have to build anyway. And now my message to you is that we all have said you just essentially just have to go build something, show the world that you're onto something, go solve a problem, environmental or physical online. AI is literally narrowed down the stack to basically a few vibe coding tools like from voice prompters, whisper, like you want to learn stuff, you can learn your head blocks. Like basically the barrier to building stuff essentially has been cut to zero. So you don't really have any excuse now to essentially just go build something now.
Okay, so yeah, thanks for that really personal and like experience anecdote you had just now, Amy, and I really enjoyed like the like sharing the experience. So I got a few questions for you. So
Okay.
yeah, big part you mentioned in the initial like 3 or 4 slides would be try and error. So for those I because I personally I would say the hardest step is really to start from 0 to 1, and like that one click which brings you like oh wow, actually life can be like that big, like you really broaden your horizons. And just want to know, like, although this sounds like pretty like general, but what's the best way to restart if you're coming from like nothing, and like how do you actually take the first step?
Yeah, so actually did mention this before. Like actually, I had like a previous startup before Edbox. I think I was legend, but like I actually feel like after like a month because like I actually realized that okay, I wasn't the one for this. I was a fintech startup for like SMEs and to eventually manage the finances. So I had like a bit of experience on that. Then bring that into Edbox. So yeah. So starting from nothing, like essentially I started from nothing. LinkedIn was my something. So the like I said, resilience. You have to build resilience is a choice. You basically you find a problem, you see something out there, like you want to do something. Okay, you see like okay, like people in my school are struggling with something, people in my environment are struggling with something, community, whatever problem you see, you just have to like make that conscious decision that okay, I'm going to solve this problem, or I want to do this, I want to do that. So basically, it's just like a conscious effort you have to make. Eventually, you have to like, but if you feel like you're not resilient enough or you're not confident enough to actually go into that, and then surround yourself with people that are actually into that stuff, because like essentially like LinkedIn was my
Mhm.
place where I found my people. So essentially like create a LinkedIn, or like essentially surround yourself by actual builders that are actually doing something, and then like they say like the popular saying that show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. So from that you eventually get this and you actually cultivate this habit of actually building stuff, and eventually you just eventually see yourself actually building really cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. And I love like, to be honest, like LinkedIn is actually pretty crazy. I just started like a lot of us just started a couple months ago, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just
Mine was actually November.
yeah, really. And then like now everyone basically, there's like everyone knows everyone in the circle, and
Yeah.
it
It's
feels
like
so
this
good.
really,
You
really
meet
small
everyone
family.
around the world.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, moving on next question. Want to follow up a bit of like building inside your mind. So you mentioned like when your dad confiscated like your laptop. I believe all of us are we had this experience. And yeah, I feel like, to be honest, in my side, it gave me like a lot of time to reflect and like create like clarity of like a lot of the times when you slow down and you just have time to like not working and you're just thinking and reflecting on what you've been doing so far, and actually like gives you a lot more like new ideas or like solutions. And yeah, so wondering, how do you can you go into a bit deeper on how you use like building in your mind, and like how you use pen and paper to leverage the work while you don't have your laptop? Because I know you're like software and it relies on a lot of coding, and also yeah.
Yeah, so eventually, yeah, pen and paper like mine. So yeah, I think that period is like a bit of a lot of reflection, a lot of self doubt, a lot of
Hmm.
in mind building. Because I think that period like when you're like basically your tools are taken away from you, that period, like you're like, okay, yeah, really weighed down. But like I said, resilience is a choice. So you really have to just go within. Like for me, actually, I just started reflecting on like my values. What was actually been in the head was like, how can I actually persevere through this stage? Actually do stuff without actually having my laptop. So I basically just like, okay, like if I can't ship, then I actually talk to people and I actually bring people on board. So basically, that was what I was doing eventually. After I was eventually like basically investing in my relationship with people. I think that was what I was doing at that point. So it's like I think people get this notion of building reputation, like people want building comes to your mind, like people think it's mostly like writing code most of the time. So I think that's what point. I think yeah, I was able to like really clarify that point. Like in that period is like a piece, moment, period of reflection for me. So I actually discovered that building, like you build way beyond the code. Like you the relationships you build with people is actually pretty important. So, like, so you really have to like build really good relationship with people. I think that period was that I really did. Well, a lot of people like that's why I say that when people like they describe like they really can't say I'm an extrovert. They really essentially just say I'm basically me because like I just have this way of people. I think that's investing in relationship with people. That's one thing that I did at that time about that time. So like yeah, apart from that, time, I just like talked to my co-founders and literally like, we just like hammered more on our mission, re-strategized, really deepened the commitment to the mission. So essentially, that's just what I did at that time. So yeah, I think one thing I've really seen that writing on paper, like journaling, is actually a really really good thing to do because I actually like I don't know. I think there's this synchronization between your brain and the hand. I think just essentially journaling because I think it essentially reinforces what you're doing at that moment. So I think that's something I actually did in that period that actually really helped. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And like building, like you said, building relationships when you don't have the like main focus. I think like one of the smartest thing you can do. So you can like even I would say for me, if I don't have technology, what I would do is like I will first like take a few days off, so completely just only focus on lifestyle, such as like doing some exercise, getting
Yeah.
enough sleep to reset, and after that, I feel like while I'm like just doing anything, my mind would start having ideas, and these are times where you get the ideas, the best ideas out, and write them down in pen and paper, as you mentioned as well, and then yeah, just I would say when like you just that's like what teenagers even like you mentioned like 18 years old you can't get unless you're 18 years old you can get the API credits, you can get like the payments, you can get process anything. But yeah, I want to just follow up on that because like for me the age boundary was a very like a bad thing in my side because in like Hong Kong around 13 or 14 I always want to like kind of earn money online, but I don't have a credit card, I don't have a bank account, I don't have anything. So what that time I did was like doing like a survey thing. But like yeah, I was trying to like just go around and try and earn money, but it didn't work. But I think that's like a constraint. And yeah, that didn't really stop me because I just kept on exploring and exploring. And eventually I found like crypto actually like pays you and you don't need to be like age limited or anything. But like I would say like if you have that like importance like the mentality, you would just do it. And yeah, I think that's basically a wrap for today. So yeah, thank you again, Nini, for joining us today, and that was a great presentation. Hope all the viewers you're listening right now, you'd like have something to take away. Rather, I know like either if it is like the mentality wise or like how you can build even without technology and like limited resource. So it's at the end it's like all about your mentality and how your um thinking or mindset is. And yeah, anything to add on, any as a conclusion?
Yeah, so essentially, I'll say like resilience is a choice. I'll say that again because like for me, like my LinkedIn, I actually got banned twice. Like, oh, I don't. It's just like Porch actually going on. Like, they're freaking a couple people off LinkedIn, like Atirek, Gerald, Piyush. Now, like they're taking a couple people off LinkedIn. For me, like I was say, I eventually just start again because like for me, like I had my two accounts like initially banned. Before like actually on my told one, like you never know, like tomorrow you could get banned tomorrow. Like you never know. The algorithm is crazy. So essentially, like resilience is a trait. You just have to keep persevering and keep going, and then just go build something. Yeah,
Mm. And I would say, like, especially for teenagers, we like a lot of times we don't even like if you're like, for example, 13 years old, 14 years old, you might not have like that ability to do whatever you want, and you
yeah,
can like get confiscated. You can have a lot of like different circumstances. And
yeah,
one thing is
exactly.
just like really be flexible and adaptable. Like sometimes even use the stoicism theory that Angela that they was mentioning, which is like basically prepare and think through in your head the worst case and how you're going to combat it. So I think flexibility and being able to like generally just adopt to different scenarios and like situations, like adopt to change would be a key thing for like teenagers to be built. And
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Omar was watching and he's saying locked in, you need the gold. Thank you. Shout out to Omar. And okay,
Yeah,
yeah. He said the presentation is really clear and informative. So yeah, thanks Ini and feel free. Oh yeah, thank you for watching Omar. And yeah, so yeah, that's a wrap for today. And now we're just gonna go outro and Ini feel free to like just hop off and
yeah.
see
If you want
you.
to reach me, you can just reach me at my mail is yeah. Let me just read my work mail like Inioluwa at edbox.app. Inioluwa like my full name at edbox.app. Like that's just
Okay.
like reach me out from there, and yeah, essentially just go try Edbox out, and then yeah, have a
Okay,
great
so
day,
if anyone
everyone.
wants
Yeah.
to reach Ini, just type in Iniluwa Ayodeji at
No, I don't
box.app.
know, not the Ayodeji, not the Ayodeji, not the Inioluwa at
Oh,
Edbox. Yeah,
okay, Iniluwa at box.app. Okay, perfect.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
Yeah, bye.
have a nice day and see you guys.